Hello, Frags and Bear family. Welcome back to Indie Spotlight. I'm your host, Zaymont, also known as Trevor on social media. Links to all of which you can find in the video description below, so check that out. Also, check out the ways to subscribe us. The camera is doing its autofocus thing again. It keeps resetting itself after every time the computer goes to sleep, and that's really frustrating. I forgot to reset it today. Anyway, bear with me while the colors change and the focus goes in and out sometimes. Biggest way to support us, click that subscribe button in the under the video. Need to get my head out of my backside here. Live show, boys and girls, and I'm rushing a little bit and I'm not really sure why. So click the subscribe button. Best way to support us. Try to get me to 300 soon so I can start giving away 3 free books. 4 at 400, 5 at 500, all the way to 10 free books at 1,000. I want to reward you guys for subscribing to the channel by giving away my books for free. Audiobooks, ebooks, and maybe even physical books signed. So we'll see how it goes as we get closer and closer to 1,000. Another way to support me is check out the link in the video description below for my Kindle Vella story, Shadows of Barden. It's an episodic fantasy short story. First 2 episodes are up currently. The 3rd one will be up this week. And the 4th one sometime next week. And that's when Amazon will start charging tokens. But the tokens, it will support me, which in turn will support the channel, support my writing, etc., etc. But the biggest thing you can do is read it and leave a review. Just like everything else online, it is reliant on popularity. So reviewing it means more people will see it, more people will get recommended to read it, and that will help me out even more. So that's a huge way to support the channel, is read that story and let me know. It's totally free. Click the link, go there, read the story. It won't take you but a few minutes, and let me know what you think in a review. And then read the 2nd episode if you like it, and let me know. So today we're going to take a look at ODDKO. We haven't looked at them in a little while. And ODDKO is a very theatrical band that likes to do a lot of graphics, a lot of CGI stuff, a lot of really intense visuals to go along with their songs. And they're very heavy industrial metal, so they're not going to be everybody's cup of tea. I believe the lead singer used to work on production for bands like Korn, and he went on to do his own thing. He wanted to do sort of an artistic, sort of theatrical type music experience, so to speak. And so his videos are very, very elaborate, I mean, if you've watched the first 2 that we did, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, check them out after you check this out, but definitely go to their channel and look at all the others. They've got a few videos, some very cool stuff, but again, very heavy industrial. This one's also got some pretty risque elements, so be warned, you're going to see some skin. If that's something you don't care for, you may want to wait for the next episode tomorrow. But otherwise, we're going to take a look at them. We'll pause as necessary, and here we go. This is Disobey by ODDKO.
Are you willing to sacrifice your individuality to become one of the many?
I'm not.
The digital gods have arrived and demand your sacrifice.
Like the cellos. Very cool. So as I said, very, very theatrical. Lots of computer-generated visuals, lots of very elaborate movement, and all very well done. I mean, as you can see, that's clearly not real, but it looks really good. It looks so good when you go through a lot of these visuals. In some of their videos, at least the first 2 that we did, were almost mini movies in themselves. Now, this one is more along the lines of a music video. It doesn't necessarily have a connected story, but the first 2 you could almost watch those without the music, and you're getting a story. You're getting almost a little movie. This is more of a lot of really cool artistic visuals mixed with their music, and very heavy, very industrial, but I like it. I like the blend of cellos coming in and then going to the really industrial guitar and synthesizer and all of that. Blends that together very well, and it sounds good. Like, it's still very heavy. It's very, very throaty. The lead singer's voice, very throaty when he's delivering the lyrics, but for the most part you can understand him, which is important. Some industrial metal bands, you can't understand anything that they're saying because they're just screaming into the mic, which, not to knock it, a lot of people really like that, but if you've got to read the lyrics as you listen to the song, then maybe the lyrics aren't nearly as important as the music, and to me, I think they're both kind of important. And also, like I said, you're going to see some skins. So if you missed the cat ladies, there's going to be more of them. And it's going to get weirder. If you think this is weird, it's about to get weirder. So hold on tight. Here we go. Just want to say that your mind is the land to invade, and the imagery going on here with these masks, these VR masks completely enclosing their heads and whatnot. That's a very scary but not too out there concept. Right now, media corporations and our government are all vying for our attention. They're either feeding us, hello, Trixelbell, welcome. They're all vying for our attention. They're all trying to get us to watch commercials, to buy products, to think certain ways, to have certain opinions, to believe one medicine is better than another. Like, it's a constant bombardment of basically a mixture of advertising and propaganda, and I don't want, not brainwashing, so to speak, because that's a very loaded, very, that has a very negative connotation, but in a sense, those people, those corporations, those media personalities and the government are trying to change the way we think. And when we get closer and closer to VR and augmented reality stuff, and we get closer and closer to people living, I mean, there are people who log in right now to things like VR chat, and they spend good portions of their day doing nothing but that. And they are also bombarded by just a flood of advertising. It's not that far-fetched to think that at some point we will become so connected, we will become so interconnected. Right now, like, it's easy right now to get off the internet. Like, it's hard for people who are addicted, but you can put your phone down, you can put your laptop down, you can shut all that off, you can go outside, you can read a book or whatever. But at some point we're going to become so connected where they're like, well, why disconnect? You could just log in and read a book, which you can do now, but eventually they'll be like, well, just put on your VR headset and go sit in the library in Dublin and read a book, and it'll be like you're really there. And eventually life will just be like, well, all we need to do is sleep and eat and go to the bathroom, and everything else we could just do in this virtual world. And then we're going to be stuck like this, constantly bombarded and controlled. And it's not that far-fetched. Like, it sounds really sci-fi-ish dystopian, but they're already doing it. And the more we become connected, the more aggressive they're going to get with it. I agree. I really agree, Trixabel. I think this song presents a very legitimate concern for that kind of connectivity.
Divided
guitar is so good. So I gotta say, and it's not something you normally see in an industrial metal band, but the blending of the blending of cellos and guitars, the blending of timpani drums and the bass, it works so well here, and I really love that symphonic sound behind them. The cellos and the drums, the really heavy timpanis sound so good together. I don't know if those gals are actually playing the cello, or if they're just pretending and there's somebody else playing the cello behind them, or a computer playing the cello. I don't know what, but it sounds awesome together. And that guitar, that deep, throaty, growly guitar, that's the kind of stuff I love. I love hearing that, because when you hear it live, that's the stuff you feel down in your gut. And that's why I love live shows, because, here it's great. You can hear the music, you can see the video. But when you go to a show, you feel the music. It pulses through you. It shoots through you. It beats into you. And that may sound corny the way you say it, but anybody who's been to a live show, especially a live metal show, they know what I'm talking about. They know what it's like to feel that droning bass kickoff when the band hasn't even taken the stage and the bassist just hits that note, and it reverberates through the crowd, and it just kind of shakes your entire body as it passes. That is awesome, and I love the way it sounds here. So cool. I would watch these guys live for sure. Fantastic the way they deliver this. Loved it.
Do you still own your mind? Or
so cool.
Does someone else?
So cool. Such a great video from ODDKO. Another really theatrical, really over the top, sexy, hard, disturbing, dark. This band is such an odd mix. ODDKO, such a straight, they really are. Go check out their channel, check out the rest of their stuff. Make sure you subscribe there. Let them know the Frags of Beer Network sent you, so they know where the love is coming from. Glad you enjoyed it, Tricks the Bell. This band, I could tell, is not going to be for everybody, but for the people who it's for, I think they're going to love it. I think if you love industrial metal, you'll love this band. Check out especially their videos. Their artistic creation, along with the music, their artistic videos are just over the top. They are so cool. So we did 2. This is our 3rd ODDKO song. Like I said before, the first 2 are almost like mini movies. So watching those is really neat. But check all those out. Subscribe here. If you were watching with Tricks the Bell, thank you so much. Thank you, Trixa, for stopping by the show. Anybody else who was watching the recording, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Cool. Hope you appreciate it, Trixa. I think you'll love them. You guys have a great one. I'll see you again soon. Much love.